Metalluminati, and we're here with John Kevill from Warbringer.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
You had a great set tonight.
I thought it was pretty good. I had a good time. Loved playing San Francisco. Went and ate at the Tommy's joint down the street, barbecue place. Pretty delicious. And
you're from LA, so
I am
San
from
Francisco.
I'm actually born in San Francisco, and my whole family lives in like San Jose, San Ramon area.
Okay.
So, when I was young, my particular splinter of the family clan migrated down to Los Angeles, but sort of consider myself up here because
you're considered yourself a Bay Arean.
Well, I guess just because of sports teams rivalries. When I was young, I used to go to like Dodgers games at Dodgers stadiums when the Giants were playing and root for the Giants.
Gotcha.
Like be like one of 3 people there. Yes.
Questions for you is you guys have been touring like religiously lately. Why do you think it's so important to tour?
Because it's the only way that you'll ever make it.
Only way.
As for us, it's by you I mean us, and yeah, pretty much. For a band like us, it's not going to be an overnight sensation. You're going to win people because we're writing music that's really meant to be live headbanging music, and you're going to win people over by repetition of killer shows, where they're and I kind of see that people who have seen us many times, I think, have a kind of like our band in a way that people that haven't seen us don't, because it really comes across the most when we play live, I think, the whole thing that we're doing.
Stage presence really gets everybody.
Yeah, I think that, and we're trying to make music that the whole purpose of the music existing is to convey like raw energy and like destructive force, and so that live is the best place to do that.
Of course.
Like blasting it in your car is like the second best, but live is the best.
Question for you is how do you book your tours and shows, and what do you suggest young artists do that are upcoming?
Okay, well, for us, we haven't had to do a totally DIY tour yet. As far as the actual operation of the tour, we do everything ourselves. We don't really have any crew at all. We do all the driving. We load in and out every day.
That's a real tour experience.
That's a real tour. Well, if you make it to a certain level, like Ice Earth doesn't have to load their own gear in or out, which is great. They I'm sure for many years they did, and now they're really they're probably really glad that they don't anymore. But us, we still load all our own stuff, and we have a record label and a booking agent who does a really good job at keeping us busy, keeping us with shows to play. For newer bands, I'd say, try to avoid pay-to-play unless you're pretty sure that you're going to get a good return on it. I've seen a lot of times where a band pays to play, sometimes often out of their own pocket because it was difficult to sell all the tickets, and then ends up playing like 20 minutes at 6 o'clock when half the crowd's outside.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to make sure that if you're doing a pay-to-play gig, that it's going to actually be worth it in 2 ways. A, that you have a decent spot, and B, that your band is well-rehearsed and tight enough that it's going to make an impression in that time.
Yeah, and, I actually totally agree with that.
Because I've seen also a lot of bands who will pay a lot when when they're a really new band and they just they aren't.
They think that's what you're supposed to do.
No, I think what you want to do is practice a shit ton and wait to record or really worry about shows until you're just like
ready,
tighter than all your friends' bands.
Totally agree. Yeah, no, definitely. As soon as you're up to par with the way your friends' bands are, I think.
Up to par or tighter. Cause that's one thing I think that moved us along is because we when we were doing this as a hobby, we still took it very seriously, and we kicked people out for missing like 2 practices. We were like, you're done. You fucked up. None of us, me and John, the core members of this band that are still here, like never miss practice. We were there 2 to 3 times a week, every week, and this was when like we had no intention of being a serious band. We were just always practicing because we were serious. You know, before we were serious about the band from like any kind of career perspective, we were interested just in trying to be a good band, and it took us forever to get to the state where we could even like finish songs. It's our first band, so we spent a good like few years just playing local shows and just practicing, writing songs, trying to get our sound, and eventually it clicked into place. And hell, actually, I think we got picked up a little earlier than I would have preferred. I would have rather had it that we got to like play for another 6-8 months together as a band and then record our first album, and I think we could have done it like cleaner and tighter than we did.
Yeah. Okay, so then that brings me to our next question, because you kind of brought it up. You've lost members such as Nick and Adam.
Yeah.
And then how hard is it to be successful and survive in today's modern music industry, and what do you think it takes?
You have to pretty much keep on trucking. I think fortunately the core of the band, like the real core of the band, from the start has been like me and John Locks. I think as long as we both are, us two are both together and we're still writing songs and we're still on the same page, we could keep the band going pretty much no matter what. We have Andy Locke still, who's John's brother and has been a core of the band for a long time. Adam was one of the core original members, but I think we've been doing surprisingly well. I was really worried when Adam left. Like, when Nick left, we had Carlos in mind, and I was like, I think Carlos could do a great job replacing him, which he did. Nick brought a lot to the band, and I think Carlos took that style and kind of refined it and made it even more like just what the doctor ordered for us, because it's maybe a little bit less technical, but plays with just like a lot of energy and power, which is really, I think, the focus of what our band is.